Next on Deck with Tim Black.
Chuck, why are you faking? Every time I've had to roast Chuck, it's because he was throwing black people under the bus, making grand statements about all the black people. We got all these Democrats coming out like, I think this. In line with that, here goes Charles Barkley. Because we all know how politically astute Charles Barkley is, man. He know everything. Charles Barkley has some advice for the Democratic Party.
Okay. I want to congratulate President-elect Trump. Y'all won fair and square. I want to congratulate you. I want you to do the best for the American people because I got some numbers here. 75 million people voted for President-elect Trump. 71 million people voted for Kamala Harris. So it's not a contest in my eyes where I want all 75 and 71 million to be successful. They're all Americans. He's the president of the United States, and I wish him nothing but the best. But we lost.
Charles says we. I wanted to be very clear. Charles is a Democrat. Charles is such a Democrat. I remember covering Charles a couple months ago, like 6 months ago. It's on my video channel. Just, when you go to my channel, do a search, Charles Barkley. Covered Charles a lot. And Chucky said it was terrible. He said Trump was terrible and that Trump was going to go after all his enemies and this stuff. So Chuck considered himself an enemy to Trump. So it was Chuck and what's Oprah's friend? They got the good gig on CBS, Gayle King. Yeah, because they had a show. Remember the show on CNN? King Charles or whatever? Yeah. So anyway, Chuck now, I guess Chuck is scared. He don't want no problems. He don't want no problem. But Chuck is a Democrat. So yeah, keep that in mind here, guys.
I wish him nothing but the best. But we lost. And I just want to say this to the Democrats, which I'm an independent who voted Democratic.
Why you say we, dog? If you were an independent that voted Democrat, why'd you say we? See, that don't make sense. See, this is the problem I have with a lot of independents. They ain't really independent. Nah, because if you was independent, you wouldn't be saying we, dog. You'd be saying the Democrats' laws. You'd be talking in, third person. That'd be a separate entity from yourself. But see, Chuck, you know what I'm saying, he played basketball and really well, and I'm sure he's a good businessman. He probably made a lot of money. He's probably got a lot of investments. Lord knows he's done a lot of gambling. But his communication skills and being in the moment is terrible. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. So yeah, Chuck, you told on yourself.
Do me this favor. Shut the up. When you win, you get to say what you want to. When you lose, you need to shut the hell up.
So Chucky here is trying to create a career for himself again. Him and that's Ernie. That's Ernie. Hey, Ernie. That's Ernie from NBA Tonight. TNT Tonight. NBA on TNT Tonight, whatever. The TNT show that they used to do. Okay, so now I get it. It's just missing Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaq. So the Steam Room. Okay, this is interesting. Hey, Chuck, man, yeah, man. Now, look, man, I'm not going to knock your hustle. I know the TNT contract's over and you got to have something to do. You got to write off all that gambling debt somehow. Chuck is a wild boy, man. Chuck, most of his thoughts are Chuck is a conservative. I don't know why Chuck up here faking. Chuck, why are you faking? Every time I've had to roast Chuck, it's because he was throwing black people under the bus, making grand statements about all the black people. Oh, we need to just do this and we need to just do that. Yeah, see, Chuck has this ability that for some reason, a lot of people don't understand it. You know, that ability where whenever he's talking about black people, he talks for all black people. He act like he the spokesman of black people. He'll be like, well, black people, what we need to do is just do this, and I don't know why we do this, and I don't know why we do that. He never talks about just himself or the people he kick it with, people on his block, maybe people in his family. He talk about the entire group of black people. Now, what's funny about this is conservatives hate when liberals do this to them. Yeah, they can't stand it when there's a white guy who's cucked, who's saying stuff like, oh, we're white people, we need to just do a better job. We need to stop being racist, and we need to work with the blacks and the Latinos and the LGBTQ, and we need to stop colonizing. They hate that. They can't stand it. They get livid, especially MAGAs. MAGAs hate it. I understand why they hate it, because I hate it too. But guess what they love? They love when Chuck does it to us. And that's why I have a problem. That's why I can never go MAGA, because of stuff like this. They would agree with Chuck when Chuck goes, black people need to do this, and all the black people have a problem. And all black people, they like that, because someone's talking about them. But when the shoe is on the other foot, all of a sudden, they get insulted. I'm trying to educate people and make you understand your failures. Yeah. So Chuck is not fooling me. Chuck is a conservative. He Kamala. He a Kamala. He's someone who tries to be whatever he think he need to be at the moment in order to get the most money. He is a sleazeball or a capitalist, however you want to put that. He has no ethics. He just gonna blend in to whatever works for him. I've been covering Chuck off and on for the last 15 years. On pretty much 90% of issues, he's conservative. But he lined up behind the Democrats when it's time to get money. Because wasn't nobody giving him money on the conservative side of the game. You understand what I'm saying? So he lines up with the Democrats. Now he's saying independent, but he just slipped up. He said it. We lost. All right, Chuck, go ahead, Chuck. Tell the people, man.
Oh, President Biden they didn't get him out the race soon enough. Kamala didn't do this. We lost because we had no game plan. We still haven't solved the immigration problem, have no viable answers, never addressed inflation, bringing all these stupid stars out to rally the vote. What was that? Hey, I love Beyonce. What bringing her out? That ain't gonna make me vote a certain way. Cardi B, I like Cardi B. That ain't gonna make me vote a certain type of way. You guys lost because y'all stupid. Come up with solutions. I don't think everybody voted for Trump is racist or whatever. I'm not a fan of the guy, but he's the president. I'm gonna have to respect the office.
Oh, Chuck. Take your own advice, Chuck, and shut the Chuck up. Yeah, shut the Chuck up, Chuck. Look, man, you ain't saying nothing that you ain't heard from somebody on independent media say, and now you're regurgitating it because you realize it's the good play. As a matter of fact, I see a lot of this going on. A lot of this happens from these so-called mainstream people. They watch us, then they steal our talking points and run and repeat them. That's all they do. But the proof is he really doesn't know what he's talking about. He just heard a top-of-the-line comment. He doesn't understand what supports that. Like, he brings up immigration. He don't know that Joe Biden opened up the border. He reversed all of Trump's immigration issues. It ain't just about solving. Biden did not have to solve immigration. All he had to do was leave it the hell alone. He probably wouldn't have lost. He probably wouldn't have lost if he would have just left it alone. But instead, he had his own agenda, and he took away all of the tap downs, all of the safeguards, all the executive orders that Trump put in place on the border that were holding the border. He reversed them. Don't tell me he didn't do that on purpose. You know what you do when you do it. He had those executive orders rescinded. Then 10 million people, and that is a conservative number. Some say 15 million. Some say 20 million. I'm going with the 10. Because 10 million is more people that I can wrap my head around at any time. We're talking about 30 Madison Square Gardens. I don't know how many people fit in there, but a lot of people. So Chuck doesn't know that, but he's got talking points. And those talking points he think are enough to get people to watch that podcast. Notice Ernie was quiet. Yeah, notice Ernie. Ernie didn't have nothing to say. Ernie over here like, look, put the camera on Chuck, cause I got to pick my grandkids up at school, and I don't got nothing to do with nothing Chuck said. Chuck said he gonna be all I gotta do is play the straight guy. He'll be the guy that says a bunch of dumb stuff, and we can pick up a bag. Just like the Up and Smoke podcast. Free money. Nah, it's a little bit more than that to it there, Ernie. A little bit more. All right. I don't disagree with Chuck about the Democrats didn't have a game plan. They did have a game plan. It was just a bad game plan. Okay? They had a game plan. They just didn't have the skills. They just didn't. Their game plan was for Kamala Harris not to have anything to speak to as far as policy. They were hoping they could get away with just hope and joy. And that's sort of what Obama did, if you think about it. What policy was Obama running on in 2008? Guess who was running Kamala's campaign? A lot of people in her campaign. They were from Obama. Now you see the similarities. But no one told Kamala, no one told her team, this ain't 2008. This is 2024. Things change in 16 years. All right, guys. Thank you for watching that segment. Become a member of the Tim Black Show by clicking below. Sign up today. Be a part of independent media where we don't hold back. We don't pull punches. We just shoot it straight. I see you there.